Hey, what's up? This is Spider-Prime1 back again with another Transformers video review. Alright, this time I'm looking at Fall of Cybertron Sideswipe. And we'll get to the obvious lump of plastic in a second. But first we'll look at Sideswipe himself. If you cannot already tell, he's an extensive retooling of Fall of Cybertron Jazz. And they transform the exact same way. And in a way, they look exactly the same. The wheels are the same, the places where the hinges are is the same. The general slope of the car is the same. And then you could argue, it's a losing argument, but you could argue that all they did was snip the middle of the wing on Jazz to make this part, but this is more centered and this is pulled out more. So that's that. But yeah, I like Sideswipe a lot, and he goes really good with Jazz. With the exclusion of Cliff Jumper, if you had him from War for Cybertron, you could kind of redo the Sea of Rust levels from the game with these two toys. It's just Sideswipe will be absent, and you can't play the first half of the mission because there's no Cliff Jumper, unless you already have him. Which I'm just now realizing I do have him, but I never did a review of him. Even if he is just a Bumblebee repaint. Maybe I'll do a review of him, I don't know. But yeah, Sideswipe looks really nice. He was one of the ones I was looking forward to. Him, Starscream, and Kickback. And then, as you know, in the last video, I was pleasantly surprised by Ultra Magnus. I'm hoping the same goes for Air Raid. But yeah, I like the paint, the white. A lot of white is being used in the new guys, and it looks really good on them. The blue and white was good on Ultra Magnus, and the red and white looks really nice on Sideswipe. Plus, it's nice to have a red Sideswipe again, next to the movie silver Sideswipes. And one that's vaguely reminiscent of his Lamborghini. So now all they have to do this mold one more time, put a big-ass engine block up here, or a roof swoop, and then paint it yellow, and we'll finally have a brand new Sunstreaker. Why not? We need a new Sunstreaker. Sunstreaker doesn't get any respect anymore. So, and like I said before, he transforms the exact same as Jazz. So we'll just blow through it real quick. And then a step I have missed on Jazz, and in so adding this step when I transform him makes him look so much better. I would leave Jazz like this, with the back flat, and then his head wouldn't come up all the way. On Sideswipe, it really doesn't come up all the way. What you're supposed to do is bend the back piece like this, so that this raises up and out, and then reposition these pieces. And now the head is even more visible from the front. And then just split the legs and turn the feet forward. One thing to mention on Sideswipe, in another Sideswipe versus Jazz comparison, and at least it's on my Sideswipe, I don't know about others, but on my Sideswipe, the feet are really hard to ratchet, like you gotta use really extensive force, whereas on my Jazz, the feet just go really easy. They stay where you put them, but they go back and forth lickety split. With Sideswipe, you have to put a lot of pressure on him. So now for Sideswipe's weapon. I did not do my homework, and I didn't look up the name of this gun. I do remember it from the game. I know it only shoots like 8 rounds per ammo clip. So in a way, it's a very ineffective weapon. But if you hit what you're shooting at, it explodes instantaneously. So it's a good weapon. It's just you got to be on your mark with it. Plus, I also think it's really funny that they gave this really, really, really big gun to this really, really scrawny character who can't even hold it properly. Because, okay, I'm going to hold it out, and I'm going to put the gun in. So I can aim and shoot at the guy. Alright? I get the gun all the way in. There we go. So I'm going to aim forward, and I'm going to point the gun at the guy. I'm going to aim forward, and I'm going to aim forward. Yeah, giving the biggest gun to arguably the smallest guy, not good. Although if you want to pin his arm back in and not have much shoulder movement, and then just bend his knees, yeah, if you just lock his shoulder back in, like if you were going to transform him back into vehicle mode, and only have elbow movement, that's all you get is elbow. You don't get the shoulder, so you can't point it sideways. But if you lock his shoulder in, then he can hold the gun, and it looks really cool. Especially from angles where you can see the big-ass canister on the side. So yeah, Sideswipe and the BFG, really good. Another repaint, although while this is a repaint, it's also a remold. So in vehicle mode, really, he's a new car, but he just transforms the same way. So yeah, if you have Jazz, I still recommend you pick this guy up, especially since he looks different. Mostly in vehicle mode. In robot mode, obviously the hood chest is different, but everything else is the same, except and then for his head. And it's also worth it just to get this huge gun, which is extremely comical in his hands. So, and then we'll just because I have him in robot mode, oops, we'll do a size comparison really quick with, stand up, come on. Oh, gosh. Okay, whatever. Size comparison really quick with Ultra Magnus. So, even though they're supposed to be the Sideswipe is supposed to be smaller and Ultra Magnus is supposed to be about Voyager size, Deluxe Class makes them the same. But that's okay. It's just going to be really awkward when Voyager, Soundwave, and Sound Blaster and regular Blaster show up, because they're going to be so out of scale. But they were out of scale back in G1, so I guess that's fine. So yeah, this is Fall of Cybertron Sideswipe. I'm Spider Prime 1, back again with another video review, but until then, I'm signing off.